Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about some of the features that I think the CEOs are going to have in Adventures in Finance and Felony, some of the missions that you may be able to give to your bodyguards, and a whole lot more. So about 2 months ago, FunMW2 actually discovered some coding that we, of course, now know is related to Finance and Felony, but it was these 8 lines right here. It was GB, D-pad, and then head, buy, sell, DEF, air, cash, SAL, and FRA. And at the time, we had kind of an idea of what that could mean, but because we didn't know really the theme of Finance and Felony, we didn't know that it was even going to exist, it was kind of hard to speculate on what that means. But now, thanks to obviously the fact that the DLC has been revealed and some information on the newswire, as I mentioned earlier, we can kind of tell what the CEOs might be able to do and also what we might be able to tell our bodyguards. So let's start with what we know on the newswire. Rockstar posted this image right here. It's a photo of what looks to be 3 associates. I'm going to guess maybe bodyguards or whatnot. The description of the photo is associates recover special cargo in buy missions arranged by the CEO. So for whatever reason, the word buy is capitalized, meaning it's either a proper noun or it's got some sort of importance. So maybe that's what these lines of coding are. They're various types of missions. At least the buy is for what you do for your bodyguard. So I'm not sure how many types of different buy missions there are going to be. Maybe they're going to vary based on what you're going to be purchasing, whether it's jewelry or narcotics or drugs. In this scenario with the plane, I can imagine that the plane was maybe carrying drugs or something you had to get back, and it looks like your bodyguards are going in there to kill the FIB agents and the cops and to bring it back to your agency. That right there makes the most sense. Another thing we also know is that all of those commands, head, buy, sell, air, cash, it looks as if the CEO will just be clicking over the keyboard and giving missions to the associates, since in the coding it says D-pad. And that's probably exactly what this screenshot is showing us right here. You've got the CEO sitting at the table with the computer, the associates kind of sitting around and standing around. So it would assume that you would be doing all of these commands in the HQ on the main computer, like that big iFruit computer right there. That's what I would imagine you would be doing, and that would ultimately make the most sense. So now that we know that the D-pad is going to send orders to our organization, we now need to know what those actually mean, what those 8 things actually are. So I think that head obviously stands for headquarters. I'm not sure what the order would be for headquarters. Maybe it's to go to the headquarters, get a new one, restock at the headquarters. Not really too sure. We obviously know what buy is. We know what sell is going to be. Obviously, probably selling the merchandise that you have. DEF, I'm assuming, stands for defend. Rockstar talked about on a previous newswire that you would have to defend your organization from various raids. So that's what I'm kind of imagining them doing, is maybe an alternative or enemy organization or gang attacking you. The next one is air. So I'm imagining this one's either aircraft or aircraft support. Again, this could have to do with the defend feature. Maybe if you're getting super overrun, you could call in this aircraft support and they'd be able to bail you out. So that's pretty cool. Up next is obviously cash. I'm not sure if this is a mission type or if this is like an order to steal some cash. That one's still kind of confusing for me. We've got SAL, which I think leads to sale. And then the last one is FRA. Now, I'm not sure what FRA is. A lot of people assume that it's Frank, that maybe you'll see Franklin in this. But FunMW2 and I actually believe that this is the forward rate agreement. Now, the forward rate agreement, whose code or like acronym is FRA, is a forward contract and over-the-counter contract between parties that determines the rate of interest or the currency exchange rate to be paid or received on an obligation. Basically, it's the fixed rate at which a contract is agreed to. So maybe if you're doing like a deal with a drug dealer or a narcotics dealer, you're going to have to assign a formula where maybe he gets a certain percentage and you get a certain percentage. I don't really know the entire details of that, but that could be pretty interesting. Maybe it has something to do with the Maze Bank. I'm not entirely sure. And we do know that two of the commands, cash and SAL, which I think are sale, are classified as challenges. So maybe this is something only to be done between the CEOs. So I think that's pretty cool. Now, obviously, once again, we're going to be getting a lot more details soon, which will tell us pretty much probably everything we need to know. I'm sure the trailer will give away things like that too. But it's just pretty interesting how this information from a month or two ago is now starting to really add up and make sense with whether it's sending orders to your organization. I'm still curious how it's going to work. How do you determine who's going to be the CEO, who's going to be the bodyguard? How many bodyguards do you need? What's going on? I think it's going to be really awesome, but I think it's really cool to see that we've got a bunch of different things you can do within your organization. And for the most part, it looks as if it's going to take place on the computer. That's where you would organize everything, and then you would go out and do that mission. Kind of similar to the heist planning board, where that's where you would set up everything. You would do your percentages. You would do everything you need to get set up, choose your outfits, and then you would roll out and go. I think it's going to be extremely similar to the heist in the way that that's how you set it up. Obviously, that coding is still in the game, so I'm assuming that Rockstar is going to be using an alternative version of that. But as always, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comment section down below, and I'd love to hear what you think about these kind of interactions with the coding that you can do. Let me know, are you guys getting really hyped for Adventures in Finance and Felony? I certainly am, and I am definitely ready for it to be released in Grand Theft Auto Online. If you did go on to enjoy the video, a like rating would of course be awesome, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.